I hold in my hand a stack of papers, printed emails, press releases really, from politicians at the state and federal level who serve Southeastern Ohio, each paper touting millions of dollars of development heading to various regions of the state, except ours. In fact, the top one, it came just today from Governor DeWine's office, covering Northeast, Southwest, Western, and Central Ohio. But why does it seem Southeastern Ohio is forgotten? We're taking a look at this News 9 special assignment, Forgotten Ohio.
Pages and pages of good economic news, none of it here.
The area that's oftentimes left out is our area, the Ohio Valley. Why is that?
Well, I think, I tell everyone I represent the forgotten part of Ohio because I think everyone forgets that Southeastern Ohio exists. And I think it's because, we don't have a large population center.
Don Jones represents Ohio's 95th district in Columbus. He's not the only one who thinks there's a problem.
What's your response to those people who might think that this part of Ohio is forgotten?
I think to a large degree they're right.
Johnson has represented the 6th district in Washington for more than a decade. He cites the lack of infrastructure investment, including broadband, and the poor financial state of some school districts.
You could only come to the conclusion that this is a forgotten region.
One of our struggles we've had is the fact that we have to have locations that are building ready, so shovel ready. When a company's looking to relocate, we're ready to go with them.
A concern echoed by Jefferson County Port Authority Executive Director Robert Naylor.
I would say the biggest barrier is the lack of flat sites in Jefferson County.
He's talking about sites with rail, water, and 4-lane highway access, but that's not all.
We have an outdated infrastructure. We have an aging population. Employers cannot find employees.
It's a real chicken and egg type situation. We might lack the people numbers-wise, but the infrastructure in many cases has to be updated first. That's where the state and federal governments can help.
Now that the Democrats have reinstated congressionally directed community investment projects, I had 5 of those approved for water systems, sewer systems, other infrastructure projects.
What can and maybe is being done at the state level to improve that?
Well, the governor made the comment in his State of the State address that, now's the time for Appalachia. I think the governor and his administration is realizing that, with the gas and oil boom that's been happening here in Eastern Ohio now for the last 7-8 years, and the industries that have come in, that, we are a viable option for companies looking to locate to Ohio.
A comment in the State of the State and an announcement in Belmont County, April 28th of this year. $500 million toward revitalization in 32 counties. As for where that money will go,
we want the people of Appalachia to make these decisions.
So there will be money, but more is needed.
Not only just developing it, but executing on it. Finding that vision, executing on it, and you're going to do that with people.
By people, he means stakeholders from around the valley, community leaders, elected officials, schools, and more. What Naylor calls a change from valley past.
No one had to work together. You had a steel mill in your area in Jefferson County. Well, those days are gone, and now we have to start working forward.
A path forward together, and perhaps forgotten no more.
There is some truth to what is being said there, that in some cases we are forgotten, but at the same time, we have to be able to develop an actionable plan that we can execute on.